I grew up on Eastern's campus. I remember running around as a toddler, as a middle schooler, going to plays, as a high schooler, going to basketball games and being really excited to play on Eastern's team someday. Eastern was in my blood. I knew that I was always going to come to college here, and I honestly couldn't wait because it was just like home. My papa, Byron Bohannon, was a teacher at Eastern Oklahoma State College. My mother, Brenda Strange, followed in his footsteps and became, actually, she still is the dean of the business college. Now, the opportunities that Eastern also offered were pretty vast. I served as an RA and I played basketball. It gave me the chance to grow as a leader, to be involved with so many clubs like Phi Theta Kappa, as well as student government. The opportunities to grow your leadership skills through the honors college, as well as having personal growth along with your colleagues, is just fantastic. Some of you may have bad subjects. Ironic for me that both my papa and my mother taught math classes, and my mother still teaches several statistic classes. I'm horrible at math. Lawyers, by the way, are horrible at math. So huge shout out to all my math teachers who gave me the extra time and day to make sure that I was successful in my classes. But really, I couldn't do that without the additional support that not just my teachers gave me, but my classmates gave me to make sure that I was successful again, both inside and outside the classroom. So overall, it's the community, it's the legacy and opportunity that brought me home to Eastern Oklahoma State College. I have been a tribal advocate for several years, meaning that I've worked in Washington, D.C., pushing for changes in law overall. And when I first went to law school, I didn't really think about doing policy work. I really wanted to focus in the area of federal Indian law, because it was an area of law that I can make a difference, not just for myself, but for my family, for generations to come, not just for the Choctaw Nation, but Native people across the country. And funny enough, when I was at Eastern, and I remember it pretty vividly, at the time, he was the assistant chief of the Choctaw Nation, but now he is the current chief, Chief Batten, really encouraged me to go to law school. And I chose this profession because growing up, I saw a lot of abuses from people being taken advantage of in a couple of different ways. And what appealed to me about the law and just having that knowledge is when you have the knowledge of the law, you're able to stand up for people, you're able to make a difference in somebody's life. And so my calling really felt toward making a difference for people overall, not just for myself, but for my community overall, for Indian country overall. And that's when I ended up going to Washington, D.C. and working in the National Congress of American Indians. And eventually, one of the things that I am most proud of, and I have several things to be proud of at NCAI, but in 2022, we were successful in getting the Violence Against Women Act reauthorized. And coming into my new part of my career, which is working for the Biden-Harris administration as the first ever national tribal affairs advocate, that fire to make a difference for Indian country has never wavered. And I always think back to my home in Buffalo Valley and my family in Buffalo Valley, and how can I do something today to make something better for people who are there 7 generations from where we are today. So yeah, I really, really love my career as a tribal advocate. It's not something that I planned, but it's something that I'm very thankful that I have had the honor to be in. And I look forward to being in it for a very longer time, hopefully. It is a great honor to be able to receive this award. And to me, it's a call. It's a call to charge. To, just because you get the Distinguished Alumnus Award, it doesn't mean, oh, I'm done in my career. It means that you need to go even harder. You need to keep working hard to continue to make changes in your communities in whatever field you have. And that in doing so, you help pull up people behind you. Again, I am so honored to be here with all of you tonight. I'm so honored to receive this award. Thank you to Eastern. Thank you to the selection committee. Thank you to my family, my friends, my loved one, my tribal council, my leadership. I really appreciate everything that you have poured into me to make this day possible. And I can't wait to keep doing even more for all of you and our entire country as I take this mantle of a distinguished alum and continue to help people going forward in my career. Yakuke.